Mom, there are people next door.
Oh, I guess the new owner's moving in. Supposed to be very attractive, though.
I think they're carrying a coffin.
Tom, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Another generation rediscovering Fright Night yet again.
Welcome to Fright Night.
And what's cool is that this movie is, for a lot of horror fans, it has become one of the quintessential vampire movies. What were the vampires you grew up on?
Hammer and AIP. Christopher Lee, Vincent Price, Jack Nicholson.
And when it comes to Fright Night, it's very obvious how much the material means to you. And you'd already been a screenwriter for several years before directing.
More than several years.
More than several.
Yes.
So the story of Fright Night, was that something that had been percolating for a while you were a screenwriter, or did that more present itself when you had the opportunity to direct?
I was writing Cloak and Dagger. It was a story where a kid looks out a window and sees a murder in the house next door. But while I was writing Cloak and Dagger, I thought, well, if you really wanted to do a modern day, voyeur movie with a kid, you get a horror movie fan, and he'd look out the window and see his next door neighbor, a vampire, chomping down on a beautiful young girl. Nobody is going to believe you.
They did kill a girl over there.
How late did you stay up studying?
Mom, I'm not sick! He's a vampire.
A what?
So I walked around with that idea, and it wouldn't leave me alone because I kept chuckling because I just thought it was so funny, but I didn't have a story. And I don't know how, but I thought of Peter Vincent.
That is why they call me the Great Vampire Killer.
I thought of, of the horror movie host, which I'd grown up with, who was even cornier than the horror movie. They'd step out of a coffin and this terrible ground fog would be going by, and you'd see the grip off camera, waving the smoke in and everything.
Yeah.
So, but the minute I had Peter Vincent, I couldn't wait to get home and start writing.
I'm telling the truth. Come on, you just said you believe in vampires.
I lied.
Let's talk a little bit about the characters in Fright Night, because I think that's part of the reason this film has lasted as long as it has, is because you got so many great characters.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster.
Who in Fright Night has the most of you in them?
Charlie Brewster.
You're
course,
Charlie.
Of course I'm Charlie.
Why are you Charlie Brewster?
What horror movie nerd wouldn't want to have a vampire living next door?
Charlie, this is our next door neighbor, Jerry Dandridge.
Hello, Charlie.
Who surprised you the most when it came down to finally shoot the movie that wasn't exactly what you pictured when you wrote it, but was even better?
Evil Ed.
Don't call me evil anymore.
Steven took it over the top, and yet he captured the fun of it that was in the script.
I know what it's like being different. Only they won't pick on you anymore.
Evil Ed was the kid that sat in the back row that everybody thought was too weird to talk to. He was always a little bit of the outsider. There were so many talented people. I had a heavyweight group of people helping me.
Richard Enlund was part of the effects crew, and they were just coming off of Ghostbusters. The head of production at Columbia was a man called Shel Schrager. What he did was he gave me the entire Ghostbusters effects crew. When Chris Sarandon throws himself off the balcony and is flying down and turns into a bat, it was Richard who said, let's put it as a shadow on the wall, because it can animate the shadow on the wall to show the transformation. Everything went right. Yeah.
Well, not everything, but almost everything.
It seems like you were a kid in a candy store making this movie.
I'm a kid in the candy store every time I do it.
Mrs. Brewster. Thank God the phone wires have been cut. I know.
The film was a success when it came out, and it spawned things like sequels and comic books and all that kind of stuff. So when did you sense that there was a cult following for this film?
Not that long ago. As we were talking, 12, 15 years ago, much more of affection for Fright Night than Child's Play. And I think that there's the affection that I felt for the genre is in the film. And I think that horror fans know that. And so, hey, It's okay to love horror. Look at this. This guy did too.
When's the last time you saw Fright Night?
I don't know if I've watched the entire movie through in years.
Well, you remember it well, and you can watch it on Hulu right now.
Thank you, Hulu.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster. I can't stand it.